good, everybody? Coach Core Academy here, and we are at the beginning of 2022.
Yes, sir.
And before we get into really what all's going to go down here, because nothing's came out yet. It's still early in January.
Yeah.
Morbius got pushed back.
A lot of delays still.
Morbius got pushed back.
Everything got pushed back.
Yeah, a lot of things are getting pushed back. But since we're here, nothing's popped off. We still have time to catch our breath and talk about everything that went down in 2021 because it was kind of busy, bro.
Yeah, 2021 spoiler review, if you will.
Yeah.
A lot of things went down in 2021, like my good friend Kel just said here. Some good, some bad, some ugly. You know, it was a good year for content. We can start with, as per usual, Marvel is just dominating.
Yeah, I mean, we got to start talking about Marvel. And again, look, we really are not Marvel stands. We're not paid by them.
Please understand that. It's just that DC ain't been putting much shit out.
And Marvel
There's a Snyder Cut. We have Snyder Cut content. There's a Suicide Squad review. We love different stuff, but Marvel just, it
really was. Like, the entire back half of the year, they just ran it, you know. Like, it seemed like May just got here, and the rest of the year was from them. And look, where do we start out? Let's start out. We're gonna talk about the movies first. What'd you think? Looking back at Widow, man.
It was trash. Our review.
Truth hurts.
Our review on this channel does not say that. That's because we were trying to be nice and putting something out, and we were brand spanking new. Yep. And we just want to run out guns ablazing.
That's true.
Which we should have. We should have doubled down on ourselves. But that's beside the point. The past is the past.
We're learning.
Yes. That movie wasn't good. That was not a good version of Taskmaster.
Ruined it.
Cool Yelena Belova setup.
That's the thing. All I can look back on it now is being like, well, we got Yelena out of it. That's that part's nice. She's cool. But that movie just wasn't very good. And the fact that it came out basically a year later than it needed to did not do it any favors.
Yeah. I like the Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, super funny character. Yeah, shout out to
I really did not like Ivan, the Red Room stuff. Like I dug the different Black Widows, but the Taskmaster storyline, that was boo boo. No.
Yeah. I guess you can't knock them all out of the park, and Widow was a prime example of that. But you know what? Coming off the heels of that, we had a movie that I had no problem saying going into it. I think it was, maybe it was a little looked down on. Maybe I was discounting it some. I went there not expecting much, but man, it delivered and exceeded expectations. Talk about Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was lit.
Shang-Chi, it had a little bit of everything. You had family connection. You had the otherworldly fantasy adventure happening. Hands. I'm serious about the hands. The hands were all throughout this movie.
Hands Award of the Year goes to Shang-Chi. Most definitely, Hands Award.
I am agreeing. I'm in full agreement. They managed to deliver a boatload of hands, but still also deliver a legit story. And I have nothing really bad to say about that movie.
I'm looking forward to seeing the stuff that was set up in that movie. What's going on with after that? The rest of what's continuing in Phase 5.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting given all of what we've seen in that movie. And, especially after it, where Shang-Chi will, kind of fall into place moving forward, for sure. But, hats off to the people that made that one. It was very good. Very good.
Up next, we're talking about Venom. Now...
So, we did, we started, and now we gotta go, we gotta go down a little bit again.
Venom wasn't bad. Venom wasn't awful.
It was mid.
It was mid.
Black
Widow wasn't mid. Black Widow was oregano-shous. Black Widow is swag. Black Widow is illegal. You go to jail for that kind of stuff. You go to jail for smoking that kind of stuff. You shouldn't do that. Venom was, a cut above. It was a whole movie to set up a post-credit scene to tease everybody for No Way Home. That's
my beef with him, bro. I've literally never felt like I've sat in a movie before got to the end and be like, man, I really watched this to get to this end credit.
Because the setup in the Venom movie, I don't really care about what's going on in Venom 3 if you just go ahead and kill Carnage. Like, what, dude?
That was an afterthought. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a waste of Harrelson's talent.
Very big waste.
If you got to,
because all he did in this movie was just play himself in Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, and I'm not blaming him. I mean, no. like he couldn't have helped the movie become better. But again, you made us wait for an end credit scene. You made this oddly weird choice to make Venom this bromance, a bromantic comedy, if you will, and it just didn't quite pan out to me.
Yeah, like when Venom was mad in that club and he took the microphone and he was in there talking shit. I was, what's going on right now?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. But rolling along through Marvel, coming up to talk about this movie, I would place this in my mind as maybe the most polarizing, the most divisive of the Marvel movie releases in the Eternals.
Yeah, because I don't think it was as bad as everybody else acted like. It can't have much to do with the normal MCU, but you can't expect it to. Like, Marvel's dropping gangbusters all the time, and that movie, even though it sort of flopped, the only reason why that movie flopped is because of how the pandemic is right now with the box office. And they don't have the pull that something like Spider-Man does. Because all that money that Spider-Man just made right there, y'all ain't gonna see that on no other movies.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that right now. In 2022, I don't care what movie is coming out. We're excited about Doctor Strange and Morbius over here.
Yep.
But as far as the actual, people who want to go see movies and stuff, don't nobody care about that like they did Spider-Man. So I think that actually happened to Eternals. It wasn't as bad as everybody played like it was. It's not the same kind of MC movie. It didn't follow the formula, which I liked a lot.
That's the point you missed. It was not supposed to follow the formula. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, some of y'all that really hate on this, you ain't got very good attention spans. Second of all, your diversity and understanding of stories and story building is minimal.
Yeah, I'm basic and mug, bro.
Right, again, y'all are some of the ones that actually think the Dragon Ball Z is a well put together story, and it's not. Let's be honest, it's not. It is enjoyable to watch, but it's not that. But look, y'all
told everything go on.
Yeah, not until then. But that's the kind of things that we're talking about, But it is what it is. I think a lot of people just wanted to give it a bad rap just because it was just something a little different. But you either liked it or you didn't. Mm-hmm. All that was kind of shortly forgotten because right after that, they gave the people what they wanted.
Mm-hmm. I've been waiting for forever.
We got the straight shot of nostalgia direct into the
name. Dude,
There's No Way Home.
They put it there.
They gave us all of that, with No Way Home. I mean, I don't really have a lot of complaints with it. I mean, can you sit there and maybe pick out some kind of plot inconsistencies? Of course, but that's on most of these joints anyways. Can you sit here and say maybe they could have? Sure. But you know what? What they did give you was good. Mm-hmm. It was good.
But that's all they relied on too, was the nostalgia. I don't think it was a bad movie by any means. It was, in my opinion, not the best movie of the year. We'll get to that in a second. It was the second best, but because it did everything it was supposed to do. It didn't fall short because even though that movie was completely spoiled by the fan base before it came out, it still delivered.
It still did.
That movie was completely spoiled by everybody, whether it be YouTubers, speculation, online articles. But people did everything they could to get something out about that movie, even the fake stuff. That movie was completely spoiled before it came out, but it still, put out what it was worth. It didn't give us everything we were looking for, but the thing is, it wasn't supposed to. A lot of timelines got mixed up. Now, I'm not talking about within the actual MCU. I'm talking about with movies coming out because Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out before No Way Home.
Yeah.
And so was Morbius.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that that's not the case. But also, I want to talk about some things that No Way Home didn't deliver on properly. And that whole Venom setup, that was trash. Y'all real wrong for that. Y'all real nasty.
They connected
doing that.
2 end credit scenes. They literally connected.
Y'all real nasty for doing that and making everybody rush to the theater. Then y'all know what y'all set up and y'all know what y'all teased. That was low down to not do so.
The movie was good, but y'all wrong with that. If y'all wrong for that.
Also, all y'all little memers and incel wannabe nerds out here, we didn't forget how y'all was talking about Andrew Garfield before.
Right.
Now y'all love him, but we didn't forget what y'all said about him before.
Y'all was out here really trying to ruin this man's life and career.
His career. We didn't forget about the crying Toby memes. Now y'all wanted to see him so bad in the movie. All right.
Just let me know. We see y'all. We see y'all here at the Academy.
Mm-hmm.
But look, now sliding over into TV, because yes, amongst all these movies, somehow they still were smacking all of us at the same time with the TV. Like anytime, basically, you were here in the year 2021, and you was like, when's the next movie? It didn't matter because they were like, yo, you had a show to watch in between each movie. Starting off with WandaVision.
Yeah. Shit, they had that before the movies were coming. WandaVision. Moving into
that was like the trailer.
Yeah. Moving into WandaVision was busting. That's Marvel still teasing y'all though with that freaking Quicksilver shit. See, Marvel's been doing that lately. Y'all need to quit playing in 2022. Stop playing games. Cut that out. I knew Evan Peters was going to be in that show because I read a leak a long time ago. But I thought he was going to be Mephisto. I didn't think he was going to actually be Quicksilver. And he was Quicksilver and some Ralph Boner. That was BS. That's like that Venom shit. Y'all, everything y'all do ain't sweet, Marvel. I don't like that right there. I don't like that at all.
Hey, Marvel said if people are talking, it's usually probably going to be good. That's how they felt about it. But look, overall, WandaVision did a great job. It was a cool show. They you see with the Marvel TV shows that they're really now letting them kind of be their own things, go in their own lanes, and they're not trying, and even though they might be doing things that connect, they are letting them kind of be their own thing and have their own vibe. So with WandaVision, you got to see this romance, through a retro lens of like history, and also you had them discussing things like love and grief and loss, which connected, I think, with a lot of people that were not watching Marvel stuff. They weren't very interested into it, but they became interested into it because they saw something different was happening.
And the same thing with Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was kind of street level until the end where he got the wings. He got the good wings, the vibranium wings and the shield, which is still sort of street level. But that was a great show. I like how they set up, what's going on in the Secret Invasion, Armor Wars. That's going to continue from there. The MCU, one thing it is doing very well is making sure every corner of itself has got its continuation. We still got magic and dark stuff going on here with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We got Secret Invasion coming in with the space stuff, as well as Thor and Guardians 3. And then the street level stuff is still happening. Hawkeye, busting. Speaking of which, moving from Falcon and Winter Soldier, the best show of the year from Marvel was definitely Loki. Loki smacked the game up.
Yo, hats off to the people that made Loki.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A lot of these shows were good, but I'm going to say right now, I don't think there's ever been like a cinematic or cinematography, if you will, standpoint, a better looking show than the Loki show. And go back and watch those episodes and look at them compared to like WandaVision or Hawkeye. They were giving you movie quality looks and shots and effects.
Yes.
Every episode of that show.
These definitely still felt like a part, like I was in the theater watching stuff. Like they felt just as important. Moving on from Loki, man, that show was really good. And the Hawkeye was really. We both thought Hawkeye was very busting. I don't know. I don't know if I would say it was surprisingly busting because it was going to be a good. After all of these good shows, I knew that they were going to have something, hard coming up next. But Hawkeye really impressed us.
It did. It did its job very well. Their take on Kate Bishop, I think, is going to go very well. I really appreciated that, and the relationship they had together. I thought it was really great.
I like Elena Belova in Hawkeye way more than I liked her in Black Widow. I tell you what.
Yes, she's much more likable in that one. Oh, let's see what else. Seeing Kingpin be brought into the equation.
I told every last one of y'all that those shows and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are in the same MCU. It's not different timelines. It's called continuity errors.
They still haven't confirmed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, they have. It's Coulson, it's Fury. Dude, come on. The last arc when people were coming in and warning about Thanos.
I digress. It was still definitely good to see Kingpin in this one. And look, it turns out, this just kind of just came out, it looks like Disney and Marvel have already greenlit an Echo spinoff. Mm-hmm. So that's something else to look forward to.
We're supposed to see Daredevil after No Way Home, and that as well as She-Hulk. What if, bro? And they're still talking about that showing up in live action. I think they've kept some of that stuff under wraps. Because I think that that's what's going to be happening in Multiverse of Madness. I think we're hearing a lot of leaks about X-Men stuff in Multiverse of Madness, Fox X-Men stuff, to distract us. I think that will happen, but I think that we're about to see a few what-if characters in that.
That's quite possibly going to be the case. And look, I really had a lot of fun watching What If. Because
every episode was incredible. It was a different journey from start to finish.
Right. It gave you things that you had wanted to see. It gave you things that you had never thought about, but then you wanted more of. Like, for instance, like Captain Carter.
Final fights were crazy, dude.
Final fights. All of the final fights were super, super crazy.
Ultron versus the Watcher.
Yeah.
What?
And look, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the one that really should maybe concern DC. Because DC has struggled with many things, but they have always excelled when it came down to the realm of animation. Mm-hmm. Their animation has always been better than Marvel's. But I'm going to tell you, if Marvel decides to lean more into this and do things like What If, DC's going to have even more problems.
But speaking of which, we got to go on over here to DC. Movies-wise, I liked the Snyder Cut way more than No Way Home. I feel like No Way Home, with the nature of what that movie was and what it was trying to do, should have taken that format. Because of the way that a lot of these companies bet on the past too much. I understand because that's pragmatic. I get that. But at the same time, we also have the not too distant past as opposed to traditions you might have set in place where you saw this movie pull everybody out of a pandemic back into the theater. So you should not be afraid to make this movie 3-4+ hours long like they did with the Snyder Cut and put on HBO, because there's enough stuff that you guys can fill that with, and people will not only go see
They were still going to come. We were always going to come.
They were always going to show up. People will not only go see that movie, but they'll go see it again in theaters. They will not only go see it multiple times in theaters, but they will purchase it when it becomes available for home video watching.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I will definitely agree with you that, I don't know if Spider-Man, you could have done it like a Snyder Cut that long, but I definitely think like a 3-hour one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe not 3 hours. Maybe not 4+ hours. But I feel like with these, people don't understand these comic book fans. That they don't understand that these people are in there for the long haul. When they're going to see a movie like this, you don't have to think movie logic with them. Because they're the core audience. You're still thinking, we got to pull people in who aren't comic book watchers. No, let the comic book readers do that. They're there to do that for you. They're going to pull the people in for you. True. All you got to do is please them and make them freak out. Their friends see them freaking out and want to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's valid. There's some validity there.
So I think the Snyder Cut was movie of the year as far as comic book stuff is concerned.
I would love to see more long-ass format. Things like that.
I would love to see more of that going on, but with some of these Flash leaks, I don't think that's the case.
Nah.
They ain't looking too pretty. Nah. I'm DC preferred. And I am a Flash stan. He's my favorite as far as the Justice League and them concerned. I still buy Flash trades weekly. Like, Flash is my dude, so I've been keeping up with this one. I want to see Ezra Miller do great. I'm not a person who thinks that, one should be better than the other one between him and Grant Gustin. I want to see both shine. Speaking of which, we're going to move over to that in a second. But the Suicide Squad was nice. It was very good.
It was nice. Here's the thing. Set out to make a movie that we all knew going into it we're trying to have a redemption movie because we realized we messed up the first one. And they actually pulled it off.
Maybe look at what you're doing like that this time. Warner, not just DC. Warner, maybe look at what you're doing like that this time and don't just try to copy Marvel, even though y'all did hire James Gunn. But y'all weren't trying to get him. Y'all didn't make him direct Guardians. Y'all made him direct the Suicide Squad. Now, that was really good. Y'all did better last year than you did the year before. Birds of Prey, no one wanted that. No one cared.
Did not ask for it.
That's not our fault. That's yours. We could have wanted a Birds of Prey on down the line, but didn't nobody know about the new Black Canary. Didn't nobody care about Renee Montoya like that. Y'all got a great actress to play her.
It's not her fault.
I mean, nobody give a shit about Black Mask unless Batman's involved. And y'all wasted freaking Ewan McGregor like that. Stop doing that. No one cares. You gonna have a movie about the Joker and he ain't in it. Stop.
Yeah, if you think about it, you know it don't make any sense.
Stop trying to bank on Harley Quinn when y'all already did that with the TV show.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean the thing is that's all we really got to talk about in terms of like DC movies. I mean, and
more of them come out.
You know, yeah, no more come out. So it's like, I mean, we would have loved to, to give you some more love like we gave Marvel, but you have to put out the content.
Yeah, I need the movies. You know, I don't need a. I'm sick of y'all sending us teasers of The Rock talking over concept art, walking towards the camera, talking about the power dynamic in the DC universe is about to change. And we deserve more than a teaser trailer of The Flash with 2 seconds of Michael Keaton Batman's ears talking about in production.
They're working on it, sort of.
Are they?
Kinda.
Are they? Or are they doing it right now? What are they doing right now?
Yo, I'm just gonna. All of us here, we're just gonna hope that DC does better this year, does more, and does better. That's I mean that.
What's the DC Animals? What's the movie they got called? Super.
Oh yeah, the Animals. That's great. We're getting Crypto. We're getting Superdog and Jim. Yeah, then Jim from The Office is as Superman. But yeah, yet again, we did not ask for that.
Where is Henry Cavill?
I don't know where Henry Cavill is.
Witcher season 2 is done.
It is. I don't know where he is.
It was busting too.
Hey, he doesn't have to be animated Superman. That's
No.
Jim
he
from
needs
The
to
Office.
be Superman. All Superman needs to be Henry Cavill. Y'all had y'all's fill of the happy-go-lucky American child poster boy Superman with Brandon Ruth all the way back to Chris Reeves and them. I need to see the pissed-off Superman that doesn't know what to do with all these powers, and the world is crazy because it is, and he doesn't know how to not kill everybody. We got one movie that started off the whole DCEU and showed him in 2, 3 more if you count the freaking if you count both Justice Leagues. We don't talk about that one here though. We don't mention that around here. And I feel like he deserves more time as Superman. I know we ain't getting no Affleck Batman. Y'all pissed him off too bad. I don't trust y'all over him with nothing.
Yeah, I mean he done said out. It is, so that is what it is.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, DC just ultimately do better this year, y'all. Just do a little bit better. Anime was super fire this year. Well, I'm always going back and watching some old stuff, but the current anime that kind of dropped this year was super hot. Was very hot. Like Demon Slayer.
Mugen Train was busting. I was in my feelings in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, this is watching Demon Slayer is a little bit of a roller coaster, but it's a good one. It's a good one, and they have some really good animation. I give them big credit for that. Along with
they spent their money on that, Jen.
They did, and they really did. The only other anime I can think of this year that really came out with some more fire animation than them was probably Jujutsu Kaisen. Kaisen was some flames. Jujutsu Kaisen was some flames. Some ridiculous fights.
Can't forget about My Hero.
Went down towards it. And My Hero was still solid. I'm not going to sit here and cap and say it has been the best season, but it was a really good season, and it set up a lot of stuff. We got the My Villain Academia thing that went down. Deku, he's kind of getting more of his powers down. So look, we've got some progression, we got some C's, and there's some nice, some payoffs there. And hey, that World Hero Mission movie was also busting.
Yes. Now we're going to talk about a few hidden gems that you all missed, in our opinion. A lot of y'all didn't talk enough about Invincible. It got memed. That was cool.
A lot of good memes. Quality ones.
Yeah. But we feel like more y'all need to go watch that. That might be why they're dragging ass on season 2. That might have something to do with enough of y'all not watching it.
Maybe.
But y'all don't know about Amazon. And let us tell you about Amazon. Amazon is a goldmine for really good content. It is like a hider. I don't see it being advertised the way it should be. I want y'all to know that things like Invincible and Wheel of Time.
Hey, man, that Wheel of Time, baby. If you missed that, you need to just go on back there right now, because Wheel of Time was some very unexpected heat.
Mm-hmm. The old school anime library on Amazon is like nothing touches it. It's better than Crunchyroll. It's better than Funimation. All the stuff we used to watch and then some. It's got the stuff from. It's got the rest of the stuff plus the stuff that we used to watch on Toonami that they don't have on services. And it's got the stuff that used to be on stuff like HBO and Showtime and Cinemax. And it's got even more stuff than that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, do yourself a favor and go check out Invincible and all that on Amazon Prime. I will tell you now, though, Amazon Prime does low-key look like something that got designed in Microsoft PowerPoint.
You know,
as an interface, just to be clear.
The regular interface and the jailbroken Fire Stick interface don't look much different. Just saying, dude. It's not. I don't think you'd get caught.
Yeah, but the content.
We don't have the jailbroken stuff. We don't know anybody here. We might, but I don't know. I ain't doing that. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it does look. Y'all remember when y'all first got the cable box back in the day, and you put it on the TV Guide channel? That's what Amazon Prime look like.
basically, real talk. But hey, but the content is there,
bro.
Like Invincible, like Wheel of Time, and again, if you're into the fantasy, the sorcery, and magic, all that, you just need to go on and check that out, bro, because they wasted no time getting into some very crazy things on that show.
And two sleepers for me from Netflix: Dota of the Dragon's Blood and Masters of the Universe, specifically Masters of the Universe. Hidden. Way better than the one in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
Well, Skeletor was like this, so yeah, I am Skeletor.
Yeah,
I am Pat Williams, Skeletor Williams. Yes, I am a pet.
I really tried to forget about that version.
They fixed that because this time Skeletor is Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it's a much better choice.
Way better choice.
It was a much better choice.
You know what I'm saying? Some 2021 rap, you know. It was some stuff. You had to look. You had to sit down somewhere and look. What you had plenty of time to do.
Right. Right. You should have plenty of time. We're gonna assume to do all that, but if not, hey, like I said,
I learned my lesson because I got freaking COVID from the movie theater.
Hey,
I got COVID from No Way Home.
We gotta be safe, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's been so long since we put up a video, by the way.
But we were trying to do it for y'all, though.
Yeah.
We were trying to get that content.
This room ain't that big. I can't sit that far away from it.
Oh man, but yeah, it was rap. Look, all the stuff. If you happen to miss any of it, like I said, ain't nothing really coming out super early in 2022. But now is the time to catch up. Right, Marvel, DC, and all the other people, they might be slow, but we got stuff.
We don't have any delays, pushbacks. We don't have it. We're not calling Andrew Garfield to try to shoot him into the movie at the last minute.
Yeah, we're just out here trying to do our thing, put out the content that we love, the content that y'all want to see. So stick with us here. If like those that have already been doing so, we appreciate it, and we're gonna keep this thing moving forward here at the Academy.
Mm-hmm. With that being said, we are Culture Core Academy. I'm Ping. This is Caleb. Thank you guys for hanging out. Class is dismissed.
Peace.